Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's. Well, I'm sorry I didn't get one to you last week again. Moving house and just having to go to the house every morning in my sort of critical hour and speak to various trades. Oh, all consuming. But we are moved into our new house. I will do a sort of very quick montage of photos. It's really weird now, it's my home, and so it feels strange sort of sharing it, but lots going on in the garden, so I'm looking forward to bringing you details of that, working with the fabulous Richard of Slate Grey to make our garden transformed. It's a bit of a mess at the moment. Well, every week when I come to do my vlog, I get sent every day various updates on the property world. So I sort of gather bits from the week and think, well, what might people like to hear about and what am I finding? And it's all so much the same again at the moment, isn't it? It's finding a bit boring, you know, so it's all about mortgage interest rates and doom and gloom. And so I thought, well, I'll go onto the BBC News property website and I'll have a look at what they're talking about in the world of property. And here's on your screen at the moment a snapshot of all the headlines. It's just a vision of doom and gloom, isn't it? Every story just about how difficult it is for everyone, mortgage arrears, prices. Yeah, very, very depressing headlines. But I don't know if you feel like me, when you do go out and about at the moment, try and get a table at a restaurant, or I went to Blue Water a few weeks ago to buy some bedding from John Lewis. Other department stores also available. But it's really busy and there's no sense of people not being able to spend. So there's this really weird mix between what the media is portraying and what we perhaps think is happening against what we're all actually experiencing. And of course, the reason for that is so much extra money was pumped into the economy during the pandemic. We all got a lot richer during that because the government printed free, the Bank of England printed free money effectively. So an extra £150 billion went into the economy. It's a huge amount of money. And that's still obviously all circulating. Now, mortgages, yes, they're getting more expensive, and that is therefore putting pressure on some people's household incomes. But for most, they're sitting on fixed rate mortgages, so they're not feeling that mortgage difference just yet. There might be a change coming up, they're not feeling it at the moment. And of course, we have got 12 million people in the country who've got really good savings benefits. So every time that bank base rate goes up, they feel better off, get more money on their savings. So you've got this converse situation where you've actually got 12 million households who are feeling probably better off. Lots of households on fixed rate mortgages aren't feeling any different, and about 1 million borrowers on a variable rate. So those million borrowers will be feeling definitely poorer, as will anybody who's got their mortgage rate coming up for expiry. They'll definitely be feeling the difference. Now, there is, of course, about a third of the economy who will definitely be struggling. The cost of living crisis, as the media likes to portray it. A crisis is a threat to life. So, you know, again, very emotive wording being used. Now, for those third, they are definitely struggling. And the reason for that is those in the private rental sector will be feeling real pain at the moment. That's because a lot of landlords are looking at higher mortgage rates. Fixed terms are expiring, they're buying new property, it's much more expensive. And so those tenants will be paying a lot more money for their rent, and they will be finding that things are getting quite expensive. But food prices have come down heavily, actually. That's nowhere near the same pinch point it was. Energy prices coming down. So lots of dials coming down, which is showing that it is getting hopefully easier. So autumn markets got off to a strange start, actually. We were quite quiet at the beginning of the autumn market, all through September. This week, it has gone crazy. Negotiating lots of offers. Our viewing diary is full everywhere. We are absolutely backed out with viewings. And new properties, I launched 5 new properties yesterday to market, and I have got so many more coming to market, so many valuations in the diary. So people still thinking we need to move. They might not be able to spend as much on the new property, but we still have a need to move. So yeah, it's not all as doom and gloom as you might be reading in the media headlines. And that is one of the biggest problems we struggle with, our intensely negative media, which gets it wrong time and time again, but never then tells you that. So who can forget those doom and gloom headlines of the pandemic? Property prices set to crash by 30%. And of course, we all know what happened. The market went mad. And they forget to tell you that. So try and be careful by what you read. Be careful by what you believe, and just, feel a bit more positive about life, I suppose, because that's certainly what we're experiencing at the moment. Rightmove, I did look at their page. I thought, gosh, I need something to talk about this week other than doom and gloom. Rightmove blog, most viewed properties, eye candy in the property world. Do have a look at those. There's some stunners there. And also, they created a list of the most searched for terms on Rightmove. What are buyers most intrigued about? Renovation project was the highest thing they were looking for in terms of when they're doing a search, the keywords they focus in on. New boiler was second. I'm surprised by that. I wouldn't not buy a house that needed a new boiler. Just change the boiler. I know it's expensive, but get that in your negotiation maybe. But anyway, certainty, I guess, of knowing your hot water's going to work and your heating. Loft conversion, that was big there up there as well. Storage space, really important. The number of properties now we go to that developers have done, and they've just not created enough storage space. If you've not got a garage, you've not got very big gardens, you've got a big shed, they really lack storage space, and developers often try to squeeze every single bit of space into every bit. Storage is really, really important. Don't forget it. Cellar, interesting, maybe that storage thing. Double glazing, energy prices getting higher. Refurbished, chain-free, garden, near a station. All important stuff to buyers. Lots going on in Tunbridge Wells. Do look at My Tunbridge Wells. They have the best details of what's going on. And yes, as I said, I've launched lots of new properties. A lovely big detached house in a huge plot on Culverden Park at a guide of 1.4. Lovely 3-bedroom end of terrace house with excellent off-road parking in Langton Green, guide of 400. Lovely property in Hopwood Gardens, so close to St John's, on a guide of 895. So yeah, lots going on. Do give us a call or check our website for all the details. Have a good week. Bye bye.